Have you ever marveled at the stunning variety and beauty of flowers that spring from humble bulbs? Welcome to the world where vibrant tulips, daffodils, hyacinths, and lilies burst forth from inconspicuous bulbs buried in the earth. These bulbs are nature's gift, ready to unfurl into dazzling displays of color and charm. They're an excellent choice for novice and experienced gardeners alike, promising a vibrant and colorful garden. So, let's embark on a journey together. Let's dig deeper into the world of bulb gardening and how to achieve those spectacular blooms. Bulbs are not a one-size-fits-all category. They come in various shapes, sizes, and bloom times. Spring flowering bulbs, for example, include well-known varieties like tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths. These beauties push through the soil to announce the arrival of spring, painting gardens with an array of vibrant colors. On the other hand, summer flowering bulbs, such as lilies, gladiolus, and begonias, take the baton from their spring counterparts to keep your garden in a continuous state of blooming splendor. These bulbs are typically planted in late spring and gift us with their magnificent blooms in the heart of summer. Then there are bulbs like the autumn crocus and winter aconite that bloom in the fall and winter respectively, reminding us that beauty in the garden is not confined to the warmer months. Remember, each bulb type has its own unique characteristics, including when they bloom and the type of care they need. Choosing the right bulb is the first step to a vibrant and colorful garden. How can you ensure that the bulbs you pick will give you the vibrant and healthy blooms you desire? Well, there are a few key factors to consider. Firstly, size does matter when it comes to bulbs. Larger bulbs have more stored energy and are more likely to produce strong, healthy blooms. So don't shy away from those big, robust bulbs. Firmness is another important aspect. A high-quality bulb should feel solid and firm to the touch, not soft or mushy. If it feels soft, it might be a sign of rot or disease, which you definitely don't want in your garden. Finally, take a close look at the bulb's exterior. It should be free of visible signs of disease like mold or spots. A healthy bulb will have a clean, smooth skin that's free of blemishes. Remember, investing in high-quality bulbs is the first step to achieving a vibrant and beautiful bloom. With the right bulbs in hand, it's time to prepare for planting. Knowing when to plant your bulbs is just as critical as knowing which ones to plant. Timing is everything in gardening, and bulb planting is no exception. For those spectacular spring blooms, you'll want to get your bulbs in the ground in the fall, as the soil temperature drops below 60 degrees Fahrenheit. This gives your bulbs a chance to establish roots before the winter chill sets in. On the other hand, if you're aiming for a summer display, you'll be planting your bulbs in late spring, as the soil warms up to around 55 degrees. Remember, these are just guidelines, and local climate variations can significantly impact the best planting times. Understanding your bulbs and their preferred conditions will always yield the best results. So don't just throw those bulbs in the ground and hope for the best. Be patient, time it right, and you'll be rewarded with a garden full of color and fragrance. Now that you know when to plant, let's discuss how to plant. Good soil preparation sets the stage for healthy bulb growth and spectacular blooms. To start, we'll need to get our hands a little dirty and prepare the planting site. This involves turning the soil over in the area where you'll be planting your bulbs. You'll want to go about a foot deep to ensure the ground is loose and aerated, promoting proper root growth. Next, consider the quality of your soil. If it's heavy clay, you'll want to amend it with compost or well-rotted manure to improve its structure and drainage. If it's sandy, adding organic matter will help retain moisture and nutrients. Remember, no bulb appreciates waterlogged conditions, so good drainage is key. Now let's talk planting depth and spacing. A rule of thumb for planting depth is to plant your bulbs 3 times as deep as the bulb is tall. So if you have a 2-inch tall bulb, you would plant it 6 inches deep. As for spacing, it's generally a good idea to give your bulbs some room to breathe. Aim for a distance of about 3 times the bulb's width. However, for a more natural look, you might want to plant in clusters or drifts, rather than in rigid rows. When you're ready to plant, place the bulb in the hole with the pointy end up. Cover it with soil, pressing firmly but gently. This ensures good contact between the bulb and the soil, an essential step for successful root development. If you're planting a lot of bulbs, a bulb planter tool might be a handy investment. It can save you time and make the job a lot easier. Once all your bulbs are in the ground, give the area a good watering. This will help settle the soil and initiate root growth. But remember, moderation is key. Overwatering can lead to bulb rot. With your bulbs snugly planted, it's time to consider their ongoing care. Scene script. Caring for your bulbs doesn't stop after planting. That's right, the journey towards a vibrant and colorful garden continues with diligent and thoughtful care. Watering is the first step on this journey. Right after planting your bulbs, give them a good soak. This encourages root growth and helps settle the soil around the bulb. But remember, moderation is key. Too much water can cause bulbs to rot, while too little can leave them dehydrated. Think of Goldilocks and aim for just right, a moist but not waterlogged soil. Next, we delve into the world of fertilization. Fertilizers provide essential nutrients that bulbs need to grow strong and bloom beautifully. For most bulbs, a balanced fertilizer, one that contains equal amounts of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, works wonders. Apply it at planting time, and then again in the spring when the shoots start to emerge. Let's move on to mulching, a gardener's best friend. Mulch helps retain soil moisture, suppresses weeds, and provides a buffer against temperature extremes. It's like giving your bulbs a cozy blanket. Apply 2 to 3 inches of organic mulch, such as compost or shredded leaves, around the planting area once the ground freezes. Spring care for bulb flowers is also crucial. After the blooms fade, resist the urge to cut back the foliage. The leaves are busy photosynthesizing, producing the energy needed for next year's bloom. Let them die back naturally. If the sight of yellowing leaves bothers you, consider interplanting your bulbs with perennials. As the bulb's leaves fade, the perennials will grow and hide them, maintaining a lush green garden. And finally, some bulbs like tulips and daffodils can stay in the ground all year, while others like dahlias and gladioli need to be dug up and stored for winter. Knowing which bulbs you have and what care they require will ensure they return year after year to dazzle you with their blooms. While caring for your bulbs, it's essential to avoid some common pitfalls. But don't worry, we've got you covered in our next segment. Stay tuned. Avoiding common mistakes can save you from disappointment and ensure a successful bloom. One of the most common pitfalls is planting your bulbs at the wrong depth. Remember, as a general rule of thumb, the planting hole should be 3 times as deep as the bulb's height. Another common mistake is neglecting the importance of good drainage. Bulbs don't like to sit in waterlogged soil. It can lead to rot and other diseases. So, ensure your soil drains well. Incorrect fertilization can also hinder your bulb's growth. Too much can burn the bulbs, while too little may result in weak plants. It's best to use a slow-release fertilizer specifically designed for bulbs. Lastly, don't forget about bulb spacing. Avoid planting your bulbs too close together. They need room to grow and spread. Overlooking these pitfalls can jeopardize your bulb garden's success. But now that you're aware, you can sidestep these issues. With these tips, you're well on your way to a successful bloom. Creating a vibrant and colorful garden with bulbs is an exciting journey. It's a process that requires patience, dedication, and a bit of know-how. But as we've seen, the rewards are truly spectacular. We've covered a lot of ground today, from understanding the different types of bulbs and their unique needs, to the nitty-gritty of planting, caring, and ensuring their successful bloom. Remember, choosing the right bulb is just the beginning. Timing your planting to align with the right soil temperature, preparing your soil, and knowing the correct depth and spacing for your bulbs are crucial steps. Don't forget about the importance of watering and fertilization, and the role of mulching in retaining moisture and protecting your bulbs from frost. Spring care for your bulb flowers, including deadheading and foliage care, will ensure that your garden continues to thrive and bloom season after season. And of course, keep in mind those common pitfalls we discussed. Avoiding these mistakes will save you a lot of heartache and keep your garden healthy and vibrant. But don't let the process intimidate you. Let your creativity shine as you arrange your bulbs for a continuous display of color and beauty. Imagine a garden that greets you with a new bloom every day, a testament to your hard work and passion. It's time to plan your bulb garden and prepare for a spectacular spring or summer bloom.